This video will be on finding out the best instant funding program, which Propfirm offers the best instant funding program, and we will try to make the comparison of that. In case if you don't know what is instant funding program, it's a program in which you don't have to pass any challenge. You directly receive a funded account as soon as you get the account. As soon as you pay the fees, you directly receive a funded account. No challenge, nothing. And whatever the profit that you make from the beginning itself, you start receiving the profit split without any challenge. In order to make the comparison, I have considered various Propfirms. Considering the various factors, we will just make the comparison completely unbiased, side by side, so that you will be able to decide which Propfirm to go. Now the first factor is their origin. Finotive is based in Hungary. It's a European based and it was established on 2021. And Fiverr is based on Israel and it was established on 2016. And Instant Funding, it's based on England, UK. It was established on 2023. Now out here 5%ers is having one of the longest track record. That's why I'll give green signal to Fiverr. Now next is profit target. Now regarding the profit target, in case of instant funding or Finotive funding, there is no profit target. Whatever the profit that you make, you can request for profit split. In case of Fiverr, they have a 10% of initial profit target. When you get the account, you have to make 10% at least to be eligible for your first payout. And in case of instant funding, there is no profit target. Now out here, I would recommend either you go with the Finotive funding or you can go with the instant funding. Fiverr have a profit target out here. Now next is daily drawdown and its type. In case of Finotive funding, they have a daily drawdown of 5%, which is calculated based on the balance at the starting of the day. In case of Fiverr, they have a daily drawdown of 3%, which is calculated based on the higher of equity or balance at the starting of the day. In case of instant funding, there is no daily drawdown. So that's why instant funding is more flexible in case of daily drawdown. So I'll give a green signal out here. They don't have any daily drawdown. Now next factor is maximum drawdown and drawdown type and its type. In case of Finotive funding, they have a 8% of fixed type of drawdown. I'm talking about standard accounts out here. They have an aggressive model as well, which have a 16% of fixed drawdown. In case of Fiverr, they have a 6% of fixed drawdown. In case of instant funding, they have a 10% of smart drawdown. Now, in case if you don't know what is smart drawdown, it's a trailing type of drawdown in which once you make the profit of 5% at that time, your maximum drawdown will trail by 5% and it stays locked there. It's better than trailing drawdown, but not better than the static drawdown. Now out here regarding the drawdown thing, Finotive funding is the best. They are offering a 8%, which is the highest among all these three. Now next is setup fees to allowable loss. Now this is a ratio by which we can compare like different Propfirms. Out here what happens in case of instant funding, what happens usually, whatever the fees that you are paying in the beginning to get the account, in the beginning most of the Propfirm offers like that much drawdown only, whatever the fees that you are paying, near around that amount only. So that makes the comparison figure out here. So we will just take out the ratio of different Propfirms and see which is the best according to the setup fees that you are paying. In case of Finotive funding, you gotta pay for 100k account, you need to pay a $2,100. So, and the maximum loss that they are giving is $8,000. So out here, if you take out the ratio, 1:3.81. That means what? Finotive funding is giving you 3.8 times the fees that you have paid for the maximum loss. So that is good thing out here in case of instant funding, because maximum loss really matters. In case of Fiverr, what happens? You are paying a $450 and they are giving you a maximum loss of $600. And the ratio comes approximately 1:1.33. Now it comes near around what the fees that you have paid in the beginning. Of course, they have a scaling plan, that is different thing, but in the beginning you are going to get a maximum loss of $600 only. For the fees that you are paying is $450. So near around coming that only. So that's why like it's kind of not good compared to other two Propfirms. In case of instant funding, if you see setup fees to maximum loss, you are paying $3,460 and they are giving you a maximum loss of $8,000. Now it comes around 1:2.31. So they are giving a maximum loss compared to the setup fee that you are paying, around 2.3 times more the maximum, more the setup fee that you have paid. So out here, of course, like it's very obvious that Finotive is the best return on investment, or like best cost effective solution out here, because you are getting more than 3 times the fees that you are paying. Next is leverage. In case of Finotive, you get a leverage of 1:100, and in case of Fiverr, you get a leverage of 1:30. In case of instant funding, you get a leverage of 1:100. Out here, in terms of leverage as well, this Finotive and instant funding is better compared to Fiverr. Next is type of account that they are offering in your funded stage. In case of Finotive funding, they are going to offer you with a simulated account. It's not a real account. In case of Fiverr, they are going to provide you with a real account and live money, real money in it. So that is the thing that is great out here in case of Fiverr. However, whatever the account size, whatever the funding account that you are applying, you are going to get half the size of that in your initial stage. So for example, you are applying for 10K account. During your initial stage, you will only get a 5K account during that time. In case of instant funding, it's simulated account. Now regarding this, the type of account that they are offering, 5%ers is the best. I would give a green signal on 5%ers because they are providing you with a real account. Now next factor is broker that they offer. Finotive funding, they have a Finotive market broker, Finotive market. And in case of Fiverr, they have their own in-house broker. In case of instant funding, they haven't yet revealed the name of the broker, but they say that they have a tier 1 liquidity provider. Now in case of this, I won't make much comparison because all of them have kind of in-house broker. Now commission is, in case of Finotive, it's $4 per round lot, and in case of Fiverr as well, it's $4 per lot, and in case of instant funding, it's $5 per lot. So out here, regarding the commission, I would recommend you to either go with Finotive or either go with Fiverr. Now trading platform, in case of Finotive, they have their own in-house broker, so they offer you with an MT5 trading platform. They have their own MetaQuotes license as well. In case of Fiverr as well, it's very same. They have their own MetaQuotes license, and you will get a trading platform MT4 and MT5. In case of instant funding, they have Platform 5, C Trader, or you can trade using the DX Trade. Now profit split, regarding the profit split, if you see Finotive funding, they offer you with a profit split of 60% during the initial stage, and it can be increased to 75%. And we have a coupon as well in order to increase your profit split by 5% using the JamtsonFX coupon, 5% discount and 5% extra profit split. Regarding the Fiverr, initially you will get 50% of profit split, and that can increase up to 100% with the scaling plan. Now next is instant funding. They have a 70% of profit split. Now out here, I won't make a comparison, just depending on your own style, you can choose the one. And regarding the payout model, in case of Finotive funding, they have the first payout. You can request your first payout on demand. Whenever you make some kind of profit, you can directly request for the payout. And after that, you can request on a weekly basis, on a single week, on a 1 week basis, on a 7-day basis. In case of Fiverr, you can request your first payout after 14 days, after you place your first trade, after 14 days, and then after you can request on a bi-weekly basis. Just understand, in Fiverr, you can request your payout on a bi-weekly basis. In case of instant funding, you can request your first payout after 14 days of your first trade, and after that you can request for weekly payout. Now in case of this payout frequency, I would give Finotive is the best. Finotive the green signal because they have weekly payout system without any using of add-ons from the beginning itself. So that's very great out here. Now regarding the minimum withdrawal amount, in case of Finotive is $25 is the minimum withdrawal amount. In case of Fiverr, they have a $150. So that is kind of like for the small accounts, it's kind of high amount. And in case of instant funding, again it's $25. So regarding this, I can recommend you go with this Finotive or go with instant funding. Now regarding the overnight and weekend holding, in case of Finotive funding, it's allowed. In case of Fiverr as well, it's allowed. However, in case of instant funding, over weekend is not allowed unless you are choosing a swing type of account. In case of inactivity rule, now regarding the inactivity rule, if you are not putting the trade, any single trade between that time, then your account becomes inactive. In case of Finotive, that is 30 days time period. In case of Fiverr, they have 14 days time period. In case of instant funding, they have 60 days time period. Out here, instant funding is more flexible. Now regarding news trading, in case of Finotive, it's allowed. In Fiverr as well, it's allowed. In case of this instant funding, it's not allowed. You have some time limit for that in case if you are choosing the regular account. However, in case if you are choosing the swing account, that is allowed out here. Now regarding the scaling plan, in case of Finotive, they have a scaling plan based on the chart that I can show on the screen, and different phase have different target and different account size. However, one thing to note out here, that Finotive, in case of Finotive, when you want to scale up your account, you have to forfeit all your profit in order to scale. So that is the negative point of the Finotive funding out here. In case of Fiverr, you're going to scale your account up all the way up to $4 million. And you just have to make 10% profit. Every 10% of profit, they will double your account size. So that is very, very fast scaling plan out here. In case of instant funding as well, every 10% of profit, they will double your account size, but at the same time you have to forfeit 5% of your profit split. You have to exchange for 5% of your profit split. They are going to deduct 5% of your profit that you have made. So that is the thing. In case of Fiverr, this is the best. In case of scaling plan, Fiverr is the best. I would give green signal Fiverr. Now next is fees. In case if you're applying for 10K account, in case of Finotive funding, you will have to pay a $400, and in case of Fiverr, you will have to pay $450. You will have to apply for 20K package, but at the initial you will get only 10K account, so $450 is the amount that you have to pay. In case of instant funding, it's $440. Now we have a discount coupon as well, JamtsonFX. In case of Finotive, 5% off and 5% added profit split. In case of Fiverr, we have a 10% discount link which you can find in the description, and in case of instant funding, we have a 10% off discount coupon. Now regarding the fees, Finotive is the cheapest out here, $400. Thank you so much. That's all about the comparison. Do let me know in the comment section which propfirm you find the best. And in case if you want a spreadsheet of this comparison, you can always find that out in the description.